What's up, friends? Welcome back to the show. Today, we want to continue our conversation around the future of CrossFit.
Dun, dun, dun.
13,000 affiliates. And then all of a sudden you see 12. And before you know it, you're going to see 11. And then you're going to see 10. And then you're going to see 9. It's like, where are all the CrossFit gyms going? It's too freaking hard. But it's probably not hard in the way that you think it's too hard. Because it's supposed to be hard. But the only way that you can make things hard is you first make them simple. In my opinion, there's only a handful of things that the body really needs to do, should do, and that people should be educated on to be moving towards those goals. And goals are the biggest thing. Like, somebody walks into the CrossFit gym and they're already hit with why it's so hard. It's like, hey, what do you guys do here? We do constantly very functional moves performed at a high intensity across broad time modal bands. Before you know it, you're gonna look like a freaking Greek god. And everyone's thinking like, what did you just say? I never want to see you again in my life. But that's the shtick. That's the thing. That's what's chucked at these people. And everyone's wondering, why are they over at Orange Theory? Why are they at 45 or Barry's Boot Camp or any of this stuff? And it's because it's really simple.
We think CrossFit is changing. We actually just heard from another gym in Portland that de-affiliated. I mean, why would you stay affiliated? If you're not doing sport, what are you going to do? We think the future of CrossFit is in our midst, and we think a lot is changing, and we think focusing on the sport is the way to go. And I think the new standard for CrossFit is personalization. CrossFit has been so general for so long, and it's weird because you read about the old journals, and actually CrossFit used to be very individual way back in the day, and I think they grew so much that they tried to scale, and it turned into this group fitness regime. Remember, like we talked about, it's all about the vibes, and I think it's like the vibes will hold you here for a bit, but if you stop getting better, if you plateau, if you never can tote a bar or do a pull-up,
Your numbers aren't improving, then group class is not working for you.
And that's just what we see, like across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Like so often we have people that get a little better and then they plateau, and the plateau hits hard. Like you went from no stimulus to a little bit and anything will work, but eventually you have to get a little bit more dialed in and you have to start training like an athlete. Like that's just the reality. We are all athletes. Did you know that?
What?
You are an athlete.
You, viewer, are an athlete.
Do you frisbee golf?
Athlete.
You're an athlete. Throw that frisbee, baby. Okay. Do you hacky sack? Like I used to do it competitively in high school.
What?
Yeah, I used to go to like competitions. I was just chilling. I was a lot like Luke Nemi.
Oh, God.
He's so good at so many things, and when he actually starts to try in his life,
Or just care.
he will just like through the moon.
We hope that for you.
You better watch this, Luke. But here's something I was thinking about. Is gymnastics a sport? It is, right? You go to the Olympics for it.
Yes.
Is running a sport?
Yes.
You do that in the Olympics. Is weightlifting a sport? Olympic lifting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Rowing?
Yes.
Interesting. Everything we do in CrossFit is a sport. Everything we do in CrossFit is a sport. Then why in the world do we not call it a sport?
I think the group class really impacted how that
and I
became
think
as a thing, because we don't focus on things individually, really. You said before they did, like they'd have weightlifting day. I mean, the original CrossFit structure, like the week of it, right? It's like a heavy day and then the short metcon and then a long one and another heavy day. We don't really do that anymore. We do. Other gyms don't.
Yeah, the original structure was a bit different than what we see in affiliates. And this is from Greg Glassman. He talked a lot about it being a methodology of fitness, but then they introduced the sport and it just got so confusing. Everything we do in CrossFit is a sport in of itself. So why is CrossFit not a sport? Well, it is, right? But it's also this. Dude, people do gymnastics, running, rowing, Olympic lifting for fun, but they do it also to improve and like maybe compete. Like how many people do we know like go run a 5K?
Yeah, you still run or lift to do something and you're still getting better. Like there's targets.
Yeah, and like a lot of people I've seen actually like step away from CrossFit because of the way they're training, and they go do like an Olympic lifting meet. They say they don't want to be competitive in CrossFit. They do. They just haven't figured out how to do it. If you're constantly doing metcons, you're just like, I see people not excel at all of it. And that's true. Like CrossFit, just like every sport has like a body type. We talk about like an athlete profile, and that is true. And if you want to be really good at CrossFit, you do have to be a certain size, a certain height. If people could engage with it with that framework, like I'm thinking of somebody in our gym like Andrew Leslie, really good at endurance sport, and he should go do a high rocks, and he should run.
Andy.
But he could also, if he trained right, be quite good at CrossFit, like in his own way. In like a local competition, like Andy would crush. Dude, if Andy did our competition, he would have won the run. 100%. Nobody's catching him on the run. So we're really excited to program in such a way to help people be better at the sport. It'll be much more fun. You like to do the sports you're good at because you're good at
them.
And so we think that that is possible.
If you took someone that was like plateauing in CrossFit, or like, oh, I'm going to stop because I'm not doing good, and you gave them personal programming, you need to give it a chance. Just try. Then maybe they would come back or like stick to it.
I think so. And that might be something that we do here. We might have to be like, hey, we kind of want you all to try this. And look, you talk to anybody at our gym that is on personal programming. They're like, yeah, it's the best.
Yes. Jen was not down.
Jen Stolt?
Yes. Jen was not really down for personal programming. And she did it for a month, and she's like, okay, yeah, this is the way. I'm going to do this.
Dude, Jen, like, all of a sudden loves CrossFit.
And she's so good. Like, she was good. But now
she's not so
even
tired
better.
all the time.
No.
Off season, preseason, in season. That is the way to go. That's how all sports do it. And I don't know about you, Maddie, because you've done this long enough now. Like, can you foresee now, like, how much longevity you can have if you have these seasons, like we're getting really strong? It feels like you could do this for a long time. Like, I feel good. Like, my HRV is really high. My resting heart rate's low. I feel really rested. And I'm excited to ramp up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't do that all the time.
We have to be excited. If you're like doing that all the time, then there's never a point where you're like, oh, I get to do a Metcon today. It's like, oh my God, another one? I'm dead.
I know. The Metcon that you wrote for class today looked exciting. I was mature.
Well, and also,
I said, no, Metcon. No.
Anton does not need to do the Metcon that's on the board. Those are all the things he's good at.
So I think affiliates, if they start to have this structure, and who knows, maybe we will help affiliates in the future do this. Here's where I think CrossFit affiliates are headed if they're doing it right. And I think some of the big ones that do have a lot of sport around them, like Mayhem and some others, like I think they're doing this pretty well. But I think we need to move away from what I would call like a class factory. You just get people in here. How many classes can we run?
I love that.
How many people can we herd and just like throw through the wad of the day? So many people skip workouts anyway because they intuitively know. They're like, dude, I don't want to do that. I don't even know why I would do that.
Well, that's a good point though too. If you're looking at a workout and you don't know why you're doing it, you say this. Then you're like, why are you doing it? Then why are we doing it? Don't do it.
We need to get away from being a class factory. And we need to turn into a training house, a training space.
Snaps for that one. Get better for the sport.
For the sport. And the cool thing is, like, we are a CrossFit affiliate, but what makes us magical is we know all the different sports. So if you want to get better at gymnastics, we can help you with that. If you want to run a marathon, run a marathon. Coaches turn into people that manage athlete files. We have people in different groups. There's different levels. I just think that could be really cool. I think off season is about hypertrophy. Why is that important? It's like for structural integrity. It's for your ligaments and tendons to get stronger. Like, you got to get the reps higher, the weight lower, and you really got to get healthy. It's for skill work. It's for building your base. I mean, we have one client named Kalen that's like on a major aerobic capacity base. He told me, I got the best text from him on Saturday. I only have him do one Metcon a week. He did Saturday's workout, had a lot of rowing in it. And he's like, dude, I felt good. I was holding 1,700 at the end.
Dang.
Calories per hour. Dude, that's legit.
That's crazy.
We know he's a person that wants to be an athlete. He is an athlete.
He is.
Dude,
yeah.
But I mean, he wants to be good at CrossFit, and he's always struggled because he's on his like 10th year, super plateaued. We kind of got him to where he's really training like an athlete, and man, he's like buying in. And then I think preseason is an interesting thing because it's something we don't have a lot in CrossFit. But that's where we start to introduce a little bit of intensity. And it's just a little bit, because the problem is if you go from hypertrophy and base building to intensity, man, it can hit you hard. A best example is like when you did Grace the other day, you said you were so sore.
I was.
It's because you're just like not prepared for it. So the best thing is like, once we start to get into the preseason, it's like, okay, let's start to introduce a little bit more CrossFit. We don't want to get destroyed. We just want to kind of get used to it. It's like, instead of you doing, 150, 200 burpees in a session, maybe we do 50. Give yourself one cycle. We like to do 5-week cycles. And then you get into what we know, which is like sport specific, which is CrossFit. So like, yeah, you should be doing more Metcons. You should be doing lots of intervals. and, ramp up that intensity. We know how to do in season because it's what we always do. But what I would recommend is instead of just hitting time trials, don't just do Fran. Do Fran like 3 times.
Isn't that what you're having Sam do?
A 21-21 thruster pull up at a pace, rest, 21-21, rest, 21-21. That's where we can start to build some capacity.
Yeah, because then when you do the test, it feels great.
Once you get good, you have to start having these seasons. And I'm telling you, this is the future, y'all. This is how it happens.
I just think there's a lack of knowledge around that in CrossFit too.
Yeah.
It's not even always just people don't want to do it. They just don't know that's how you should be doing it.
So this is our big push that we're going to do in 2026. If you're somebody that wants to get better at CrossFit, wants to have a place to train in the Northwest, we're the spot. That's the whole training ethos that we think is the future. But also, we now offer food. So like full meal programs. I'm on a full program that our Chef Mick.
Ooh.
He is cooking all my food, which is awesome. We want to do personalized meal plans for everybody. And what's really cool about that is like it's somebody on site that's cooking your food. Yeah. We have a recovery area. The future of the affiliate, friends, is personal, seasonal, and sport driven. We'll see you soon.